let's say I've got the desire for $1 million. I'm clear about that. I put my attention on that on a daily basis. So let's say I've got it written down. Okay, so and then I have a habit every day. I read that. So I've written it down and I read that every day. In case not clear to you, that would be a useful idea, something to do if you want to manifest something in your life. Write it down, read it every day. Hope you're taking notes on that. Well, more important, I hope you do it, because if you want to achieve success, those would be some really useful steps. Make a habit of it. So when is a time that you would do that each day? And then do it that time each day. Keep it simple. You're not going to form a habit if you make it really complicated. Keep it really simple. Don't stress about, have you written it exactly the right way, exactly the right words? Does it matter? Yeah, yes, but probably a lot less than you think. What's way more important is that you start the process. So, but let's say you've done that. You've written down, I want $1 million. I have $1 million. In my imagination, I have $1 million. Feeling good with my $1 million. I read this every day. I've established a habit. I put it next to my bed. I read it every morning when I wake up. I read it every evening before I go to bed. I've also got it posted on the refrigerator, so every time I go to the refrigerator, I read it. And I'm doing this, and I also take a little bit of time just to notice, well, now when I imagine myself having $1 million, what comes up? What kinds of thoughts come up? If I have any limiting beliefs that appear when I imagine myself having $1 million, if I notice them, then what do? I write them down. So I've written them down. I've got a list of the limiting beliefs. And then I use a process that works for me to release those, whatever that might be. There are so many different ways. I mean, fundamentally, when it really comes down to, it's just intention. So the other specific processes for releasing limiting beliefs be helpful and supportive? Absolutely. However, if you don't know those processes, if you haven't learned them, then don't feel that you have to wait until you've learned them. You could start today nonetheless, just by practicing with intention. I choose to let go of this limiting belief. Just set that intention. I choose to let go of this limiting belief now. All parts of me which have been involved in maintaining this belief now let go of this belief and find new, better, more harmonious ways of achieving their positive intentions without the belief. See how that goes? Just set the intention, and then you might say, oh, but I don't know how to do that. I don't know how that works. Yeah, practice. Set the intention on a regular basis, and then just be open to noticing how that starts to work for you. If you insist that it has to work first time, immediately, give complete results, that would be great if it did, but what if it doesn't? You gonna give up? So instead, what you could do is you could just be curious about it. Be curious about how that could work for you. Be curious about learning how it can work for you. Be curious about learning how it is starting to work for you. So now let's say I've done all of that. I've been doing that for weeks, months, maybe even years. And I'm just not seeing the results with this one. With other things, I've seen that it works. But for whatever reason, with this thing, I'm not seeing the results. So now, is all hope lost? No. What I'm proposing is that all that's happening is that I have not yet been able to direct enough energy to this particular desire in order to manifest it. Now, why would that be? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of variables at play. So if you're somebody who has to analyze the whole thing and know, well, why could I direct enough energy to manifest this other thing, but not this one? I don't know what to tell you. If that's your game, you might just stay stuck for a long time. But if you're willing just to explore with an open mind, then you might find that you start to get results, and then the knowledge will start to come to you as needed.